that's the whole key to have a successful rental property.
Yeah.
Yes, take care of the major items when you do it, and you get good tenants. If you do that, your experience as being a landlord is that much better. I'm telling you. Come in here, touch up the walls and everything, clean it up a bit. And the good thing, Brian, is like she was saying, I don't know if you heard, but Jose, which is the guy that bought the house next door, Jose has a few guys that works with him, and his brother just came here recently. They want to rent this place. So, you know, his mom and his brothers live next door. He lives in a new house behind there, and his workers and his brother probably going to be in here.
Cool.
So that's going to be cool. Yeah. They'll have a lot of fun. You know, be close together, man. So that's pretty exciting. And they're great tenants. You know, they take care of my stuff, and most importantly, they pay on time. And they pay what they're supposed to pay, so I have no problem with them.
That is, yep.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
That's really important.
Yeah. And so yeah, just need somebody to come in here, paint this place up, get it cleaned up a bit. We'll put some new tenants in here, but let me walk back to the front. I'll kind of give you an idea of how this place used to be. So right now we are obviously in the kitchen. There was, at one time, this was the main kitchen for the whole house. And so this was a 6-bedroom house up here. It had bedrooms, five up here and 1 downstairs. And so what we did was, this was an open wall right here. This wall was open, it was a hallway. And so this was just a hallway from the bedrooms into the kitchen. So come into the kitchen here. So we basically just, you know, close this off. It was a bedroom over here, 1 bedroom here, 1 bedroom there. So it was 2 on this side, 2 bedrooms on this side. It was 3 bedrooms on that side. And so we just reconfigured it, closed this off, made this unit into a 3-bedroom unit, made that one into a 2-bedroom unit. As you go back here, there were steps. This was a wide open space that led down the steps initially. So this was a wide open space to lead down the steps. And so we took the steps out, boxed this in or whatever. And when we boxed this in, that created more space on that side for us to, you know, put another bedroom up there. So we were able to open up and have a bigger bedroom space on that side. So like I said, 2-bedroom unit there and 3-bedroom unit here, which is cool. So that's worked out really well. Yeah, so that's worked out really well. So we came in and renovated this entire place. New flooring, new paint, new light fixtures. We kept pretty much the original cabinets. We just painted them real good because they were in good condition. Put some new countertops. All the plumbing is brand new.
Oh, nice.
All the electrical is brand new.
Those are like things that will give you problems.
Yes, that's the whole key to have a successful rental property.
Yeah.
Yes, you take care of the major items when you do it, and you get good tenants. If you do that, your experience as being a landlord is that much better. I'm telling you. So that's the key, you know. So when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be a landlord," you know, some of those people probably just either 1, didn't take care of the property, or 2, didn't put the best tenants there, or 3, never even owned a rental property. You know, so be aware of where you're getting your information from. You know, if you fix a property up correctly and you screen your tenants well, being a landlord can be a rewarding job, a rewarding position to be in. Because I mean, you know, it's a win-win. You getting paid and you helping somebody with their housing. So doing it right is important. So that's what we did. We did everything right. As you can see, even down to the the plugs and the light switches. All the plugs are brand new. They're brand new. Something as small as that. This is the washing machine and washer room. So this is a big old room. Plenty of space for people to put their, so they can even put their washer and dryer here and have the additional space for storage. Yeah.
That's nice to have a separate room for
Absolutely. We all have our stuff, so we need somewhere to put our stuff. And then even in the bathroom, we took this and put some towel up on the tub just to make it look a little nicer than what it was. Another key, which I've seen some people not do, is make sure you put in these bathrooms an exhaust fan, because that'll keep the mold and stuff off the wall. So we got the exhaust fan, keep that out. We got a bunch of lights in here, which is cool. But definitely putting an exhaust fan in is important. Yeah, and we put carpet in all the bedrooms. New carpet, new paint, even down to the HVAC vents. Those are new. HVAC vents on the floor. Those are brand new. And so we just did it right. Keep it low maintenance, keep it looking good. So people can come in and have some pride in the place that they're staying in and feel good about it. This new bedroom. So this was already a bedroom here. The back bedroom was already a bedroom. We turned that one into a bed. Yeah, and so another thing I would add is, especially for real estate agents out there, like, hey, we're in the field every day and we're helping our clients find these opportunities. This was an opportunity that I found myself. Thought it was a good fit for me, and it's been a blessing to me and my family. And so, as a real estate agent, start looking at things differently. Look at it from an investment standpoint. I started taking one day out of each week and just kind of looking for deals on my own, right? Because I felt like if it's good enough for my investor client, then it should be good enough for me. And so stumbled across this one, and it was awesome. Like I said, bought the triplex here, which has been great for the last 3-4 years now. Yep, we bought it in 2018, so about 4 years. And then we also had the lot next door where we were able to build the house, so we got that built. And then we got the lot that's adjacent to it that we're gonna put like.
What was the order?
So the order actually was a package deal. All right, it was a package deal. So what it was just this single triplex. Well, actually, it wasn't even triplex, like I said at the time. It was a house, and this is the interesting story, right? This particular house was 6 bedrooms, and basically the folks that owned it before, and this is where everything kind of worked out great. They use it as a house, but not only as a house, it was actually a church at one time.
Oh wow!
This place was a church, right? And so that's why there was the additional land that was connected to it, because they just had it so when they would have service out on the lawn. Sometimes they would have kids running around, so it was just a big old lot, a 6-bedroom house, and it doubled as a church. When they weren't having church, they had people staying here. It was called Parkdale or something. I can't remember the name of it, but that's the interesting story that the former owner told me. His parents had initially started the church, and then obviously they passed away, and after they passed away, the church kind of dissolved or whatever. But so it was this house sitting on this plot of land, and it was connected to a third of an acre next door where we built the new construction, and then it also had the lot next door, which is almost 2 acres. So we bought it all together. They were just like, they were tired of maintaining it, tired of taking care of it. It was in great disrepair. Like, this house was in rough condition when we bought it. So that's how we bought it all at one time. And so what happened was I just decided to kind of separate it out. Leave this as its own on this lot here and serve as a triplex, and then take that lot next door that we decided to build the new construction on that, and then we're going to take obviously the bigger lot and put, like I said, the goal is to get about 16 townhomes. So you guys pray for me on that we get that variance for 16. If we don't get the 16, we know we can build about 6 on
It's
it.
interesting because you have the passive income from here, and then you did you built something separate.
Yes.
So then you sold that. It's like you're taking that money to build new houses.
Exactly.
Where's
That's how you do it.
Dude,
That's how you do it.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
So basically, what happened was this, and this price that I paid for the whole plot of land. When I turned around and I built that new construction next door, it basically gave me 3/4 of the money back that I paid for the land. So for all intents and purposes, I basically got all of these lots for 25% of what I really paid for it. That's the way I look at it. Because when I sold that one, I got 75% of my money back, 75% of what I paid for all 3 parcels, right? And so basically this one has been great cash flow every month. It's been great. I got three units here. So yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome, and that's what it's all about. You kind of take the benefits from one property and roll it into another. So that's always my goal, to keep it going. To keep the money going, to keep the investments rolling, and keep things moving along as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we even put new pull down attic there. So yeah, this is good. And I get the places, the HVAC. I get it serviced twice a year. I get the spring maintenance and I get the fall maintenance. So by the time summer rolls around, the AC is already serviced. By the time the winter rolls around, the heat and furnace is already serviced.
You're on top of it.
On top of it, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've learned. If you want to make your landlording experience better, take care of your properties, have quality properties, and screen your tenants before you put them in. You can do that, it'll get rid of 90% of the issues that you encounter as a landlord.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them to clean this place up, paint it up, and then I'll call my guy Jose next door and see if they still want it. The good thing about it is the property manager told me that they have low inventory. They're like, hey, we need some more property. We're so happy that you called us up. And so that's been pretty cool. So either way, if Jose, if he doesn't get it, then there's going to be a huge demand for the property for sure. Especially the fact that we're doing all utilities included. Yeah. But this is the deck that I showed you. I just want to kind of show you what it looks like when you kind of coming out this back door. Come out this back door, you walk right onto your own private deck. So yeah, you'll have a deck here. And we put this little divider here so people have privacy. This right here is for the this unit, which is the 3-bedroom unit, and then that half over there is for the 2-bedroom unit. So it gives people a little privacy. But yeah, Jose did a great job. They built this with these pavers and built this. I forgot what you call it, pavilion or what have you. But yeah, it's cool. But yeah, all of this land is going to look different in the next year or two. We're going to knock that out and build some houses there. So can't wait for that. Yeah,
That's great.
and I'll probably say even icing on the cake is I used to have a storage unit that I paid for, a big old storage unit. We have a lot of stuff when it comes to construction. I was able to move all the stuff out of the storage unit, and I just put it in that basement. Save me $400 a month.
Yeah.
So I almost count that as, this property is bringing me in an additional $400 a month. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't have to pay it in the storage.
That's
So
great.
this has been a blessing here. This one has been a good one. Yeah.
One of these squatters.
You want that? Exactly. No, I don't want that. I want no parts of that. And I've experienced that before too.
Oh, really? Squatters?
Yeah, it was at one of my clients' properties, which was wild. I went to list the property, and I got to the house, and there were people in the house. I'm like, I thought you told me the place was vacant. She said, oh, Sean, you must be at the wrong house. I'm like, it's such and such address? She's like, yeah. I said, well, there's cars in the yard, and there's blinds up, and there's lights on. She was like, I don't know if you ever seen this show called Girlfriends. And I can't think of the name of the girl name on it. I think it was Maya. But when I told her that it was people in the house, she hit her best Maya version. She said, "Oh hell no!" She said, "Ain't nobody supposed to be in there." And so she called the police. She was upset. She was ready to send her uncles over there. I'm like, wait a minute, Katrina. Like, man, like, you can't just be sending people over there. I get it. I said, but we got to do this the right way. So we turned around and called the police. The police came over, knocked on the door. The people were in there. They was like, "Oh, we rented this from somebody." And they was like, "Well, where's the paperwork?" They showed them this phony lease or something like that. And the police officer said, "Oh, they got a lease. We can't do anything." Oh, so my client, she was livid. She was really ready to call her Uncle Ray Ray, And so what the police officer told them was like, "Look, I advise you guys to probably just move out, because the owner is going to file charges on your trespassing. Like, move out and talk to whoever you got the lease from. Y'all get that worked out." But they had never had a lease. What happened was the house was vacant for probably about 6 or 7 months. And they got a way of targeting these places. They know which houses are vacant. And they just squatted because it was vacant. And they knew they were going to come up with this fake lease. And so anyway, they ended up moving out. Like, it was the craziest thing. They had all their belongings out like the next day in a U-Haul. So they probably just do this stuff like go find the next house. I mean, because they were literally out and because we basically kind of sat there and watched them move their stuff out, So they didn't have a house full of stuff, but they moved out in like 2 hours. Okay. So it was the craziest thing. So yeah, I've experienced the squatter story. Yeah. I don't want no parts of that.
That's not too bad, yeah. I've heard some good about
it. Yeah.
Consider yourself blessed.
Absolutely, man. What you talking about? Yep. And even when I do my renovations, I always try to build a rapport with the neighbors, especially teenagers, because those are the ones that are usually messing. Like, they just idle mind. They just don't have anything to do. They're coming in and they're just hanging out in the places, throwing rocks. And so I usually come in and build a good rapport with the teenagers in the neighborhood. I always let them know that I'm their ally, and I'm like, normally it's usually them that's the ones that are really doing something. But I come to them, I'm like, "Hey guys, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to keep an eye on this house for me. Like, don't let anybody mess with it." And I say, "Look, I'll give them like $20 a piece." I'm like, "Hey, there's $20 a piece for all you guys. Just keep an eye on it." I give them my number. If you see anybody messing with it, let me know. If everything works out by the time I get a person to move in here, I'm gonna give you guys another $20. They're like, "What? Are you serious?" And so once I do that, I never have any more problems.
That's so smart.
Thanks for tuning in, Wealth Builders. I'll be dropping new content every week, so make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one.